Hey guys, it's Christabel and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about skates and specifically what type of skates you should be buying, because I get this question a lot of times, so I thought let me put it in a video and make it easier for you all. First things first, what we're not going to do is judge my nails. I'm not even going to give you an excuse. No. Next. I've also got some lemon and cucumber water. It's really, really good. So what exactly are we going to be getting into in this video? I'm going to be talking about the different skate types, so jam boots versus hockey boots and which one you might prefer. I am going to touch on wheels, but I'm going to make a completely separate video on bearings and wheel hardness and all of that stuff. So keep your eyes posted for that. And then we're also going to be talking about where you can buy your skates from. Sorry, I keep touching this microphone and I don't know if it's picking that up. Yep, without further ado, let's get right on into it. So first things first, there are three different types of skates in my eyes anyway. There's jam boots, hockey boots, and inline boots. Now, I'm not an inliner, I'm not part of the inline community, but some of these places that I will be talking about, you can get inline skates from. So if you are an inliner, this might not be the video for you, but you might be able to find some good links as to websites. I personally use hockey skates, but I also have jam boots. A hockey boot looks more like this. It's got a shorter heel, has a very small gap. They're normally quite wide like this and tough, made out of like a hard plastic. They normally have like a good back support like this. Like this is a tough ass boot. Yeah. And this is a jam boot. A jam boot has a higher heel. This is an Adidas, so the heel is a lot higher, but they have a higher heel. They have a more slim build. It's almost like it's a more demure type of skate. It gives more artistic skater. You know what I mean? Fun fact, these were ice skates originally, but we will get into that. So what is the difference between the two? First things first, I just want to say, I feel like the UK really use hockey skates as quads a lot more. Hockey skates are 9 times out of 10, not so much anymore, because you know they are manufacturing skates with us in mind, but it is normally a pair of ice hockey skates converted into quad skates. So if you go over to America, 98% of them all wear jam boots. That being said, what is the difference between the two? Or what do I think is the difference between the two? So it depends on kind of what style of skating you want to get into. If you want to get into the more jamming and dancey side of skating, which is some stuff that I sometimes do on my page, and I'm also going to put another example of the wonderful Storm Skater doing her thing in her jam boots, then I would recommend going for a jam boot. The heel being higher means that movement is a lot easier. You don't have to do as much to move your boot around, meaning that you can make precise movements a lot easier. Hockey boots, on the other hand, is something I would recommend for the skater that wants to be outside on the roads, street skating. You want to be doing your backward skating. You know, you just want to be, it's more of like a rough and tough type vibe. Like, it's like you don't really want to be a jammer per se, but you just vibe. Like, if you want to go to the shop, if you want to just be how do I describe it? If you're more of like the everyday casual skater and you're not necessarily going for like, you know, being a jammer specifically, I would recommend Bowers, especially if you're going to be outside. Now, this is what I think would be optimal depending on what side you're on. However, you can blend the two. If you go to my Instagram, you will see that I do both the rough and tough, and I also do the cute and sweet, which is the jamming. I like to call it the cute and sweet because that's kind of what it is. I do both of them on my hockey boots, perfectly fine. I can do both of them on my jam boots. However, when it comes to the rough and tough stuff, I don't really indulge as much, just because I'm more comfortable doing that on my hockeys. My boots are pretty. They don't even deserve to be on the streets like that. So it's not like you have to get one or the other. If anything, I honestly say, get what you prefer, like get what you think looks better, what you would rather have on your feet. Jam boots are actually easier, like in general, it's easier to do stuff. And to be honest, we should use jam boots more, but it's just so ingrained in our London culture to use hockeys, and I love hockeys. I think they're great. They're like a brick phone, do you know what I mean? And I will never stop using my hockeys, but you can do it all in jam boots. Like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, and vice versa. But one is obviously just more optimal. The keyword today is going to be optimal. Say it with me. optimal. Now, what skates exactly should you be buying? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's new skates popping up on the market every other week. You know what I mean? So I can't give you a whole list of the skates you should buy. But first, I'm gonna start by giving you my honorable mentions, and then I'm gonna give you websites where you can go to find other types of skates. Rio, that is a very popular skate. A lot of people start on Rios. They used to be just a almost a beginner skate, like only type vibe, where you had like a little jam boot, and then you also had like this other little boot. You know, it was cute or whatever, but it wasn't really given like that. But now Rio have come out with their own hockey, which I have been very privileged to get my hands on. They are only 140 Great British pounds. This part is also made out of a recycled pineapple leaf, which is great. Nice and eco-friendly, nice and economically friendly. 140 pounds in this economy, come on. Next up, we have another honorable mention. That is the Bauer. I can't be bothered to go and get my Bauer right now, but anyone that's known me long enough knows that me and my Bauers are like this. We're locked in. If you want me to do a video showing you like my entire skate range, including ice skates, I can do that for you. Let me know down below. But yeah, Bauers are great. Bauers are a fan favorite. Bauers are like a brick phone. They're very, very trustworthy. Bauers are tea, I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of people ask me, should I get Bauers first or should I wait? If you know you're about to be serious, honestly, and you have the money, go and get Bauers straight away. There's no point spending like 90 quid on a Ventro just to realize that you could have waited or like saved up an extra 50 and got Bauers. And to the people that try to say that you have to be a certain level to have a certain type of skate, come off your high horse. Actually, like, come off your high horse. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep. Like. When it comes to jam boots, I'm not the most clued up on jam boots. So I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, get this jam boot, get that jam boot. However, Rydell, Adia, Rookies. You also have Impala as well. Look at how pretty they are. They come in so many different colors. This is not sponsored, by the way. Nothing in this video is sponsored. This is an example of a jam boot. I would say if you want to get started in jamming, I would recommend an Impala. They are definitely affordable and they're definitely comfortable too. Impala is an option. Use the code stated on screen if you want to get yourself some money off. Now, the next question, where exactly am I buying these skates? My personal favorite skate shop is JT Skate, okay? If you haven't been on JT Skate or been to JT Skate, I don't know where you've been, okay? There's a store in Shoreditch and there's a store in Croydon as well. I don't know if they have any more, but also they have their online store too. JT Skate is great and you can use my code Christabel10 if you want to save yourself some money, honey, okay? Some more honorable mentions: Ollie Skate Shop, Slick Willies, Amazon. You can go to Decathlon if you're in the UK, or even Sports Direct. Now, I must say, if you do get your skates from like Sports Direct or Decathlon, don't expect them to be the best of the best, but they are good for beginners. Like, you don't have to get the best boot ever as a beginner. Now, what I said about the Bauers, about you might as well just save your money, I feel like Bauers are not like a super bougie skate. Like, they're good and they will last you, and they're like, you know, they're all right. So you can wait to get them, but you can also get them from the jump, and they're tough, so they're not really gonna go anywhere. They're not really gonna break on you. Also, Skate Attack on Turnpike Lane. I don't know if they have a website. I think they do, but Skate Attack on Turnpike Lane. Now, let's discuss eBay. Do not sleep on eBay. Do not sleep on eBay, please. Do you know how many skaters have secondhand skates? Don't ever feel embarrassed to get secondhand skates. Don't ever feel like everybody has these brand spanking new skates. No. A lot of us got them from eBay. If they move, they move. And I think that's honestly all that matters. And no one's gonna sell you a broken skate knowing it's a broken skate, because you'll know it's a broken skate and then we're gonna have an issue. And yeah, if you wanna save yourself some money on your first pair of skates, go to eBay, go to Facebook Marketplace. Literally, you can change the wheels of something. You can change the truck if you don't like it. But when it comes to the boot itself, you can find it on eBay. And shops like JT Skate and Turnpike Lane, they also do conversions if you are converting from an ice boot to a hockey boot. Now, I would like to actually do a video on that, on converting boots and what you're gonna need when converting boots, but let me know if anybody wants to see that, because I think that's a whole topic in itself. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope this video helped. Like I said, if you would like me to do an in-depth video on wheels and bearings, let me know. And if you would like me to do an in-depth video on converting ice skates to hockey skates, or in converting ice skates into jam skates, just conversions in general and all that mixing and matching good stuff, let me know down in the comments below. And if not, then that's gonna be kind of awkward. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching my video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.